Sige, dire-diretso na tayo. Happy Monday po, April 27. Ako, tatlong tumbling na lang, May na naman. O, 'di ba? Pero I don't think makakakita tayo ngayon ng mga, ang tawag doon, yung mga protest na ginagawa ng mga manggagawa na
No
May
mass
1.
gathering.
Bawal yan.
Wala.
Mass gathering. Oo, bawal po ngayon yan. Pero ito ito hindi bawal to kasi usong-uso to sa atin ngayon, yung work
Yes.
from home o yung WFH kung tawagin. Pag-usapan natin yan. Kasama po natin this morning si Miss Tiny Garner Florentino, founder of the Philippine home-based virtual assistant.
Yun.
Hi, ma'am! Good morning!
Good morning,
Good morning.
Angela. Good morning, Kuya. Thank you again
Ayun,
for
I
having me
remember
here.
you.
Thank you. Yes.
Oo.
Medyo suki
Nako,
na ako sa
ma'am.
inyo and I'm very grateful for
Ma'am,
this opportunity.
That's right. Ma'am Tiny, it's your time to shine, kumbaga. Kasi usong-uso
Full
nga
setup.
ngayon talaga ang working from home. Ano ba yung mabibigay mong tips para dito sa mga magsisimula pa lang o yung mag-iisip pa lang na makapag-work from home sila para kumita sila kahit sila ay nasa kanilang mga bahay lamang?
Yes, certainly what I prepared for today's presentation is more of if you're an employee of a company and then you are now forced to do working from home, I'm going to share some tips and ideas or
Okay.
how you are going to work from home and become effective, efficiently, and productively working from your workspace. So I think this is something that most companies weren't able to prepare for because we're not assuming that something like this would happen. So
Totoo.
yes po. So I believe it's just ideal for us people who's working already from home to share these tips, and obviously they would learn something from this, and hopefully they could, and they would be able to apply these as they go along in this transition that we're having right now during the quarantine period. So let me just share with you some of the effective, efficient way and productive way as you work from home. So let's move on to the next slide, please. So first one, you should have your own set up a workspace for you where you can really go and say, this is not my time to work. No, it's not really ideal for you to work from the kitchen or from your bed, or a good area for you, especially if you're dealing with clients that you have to talk to them from time to time. So a good workstation for you would really be best. And for your equipment, you should have at least a good working and running laptop, a system that you can see from right now. This is something that can be ideal. It's not necessary for you to have this kind of a microphone, but at least a good working headset would be fine for your calls, especially for your video conferencing. That is very essential. The next one, please. Of course, you have to respect your time, no? Give value to it, especially if you're working with international clients. For example, you're in the marketing area of that field, so you have to value their time, respect their time as well as yours. You have to clock in according to your HR time if you're working in a company. So to make sure that your HR also knows that you're working, because we have trust issues, no? Especially for HR who are not used to this kind of a system or a setup. That could be something that they might be thinking, what is my employee doing right now, or what are the staff doing right now? So in our case, we use different application or software application in order for us to be monitored. So integrity is very vital as of this moment in time. Next, please. And you have to use project management tools, and this is very, very important, especially if you're working with a team. Why would it be? So that everybody knows what's the status of a project, what phase are we in, are we working on it or not, and what's the bottleneck. So this is very important. So if you are not using a project management tool, I highly suggest and recommend search for it and look for it, whichever would you think suits or fits your requirement as a team or as a company. Next, please. Create your daily routine and follow it respectively. Don't be a slack person. No, it doesn't mean that when you're working from home, you have to clock in anytime you want. Especially if you're working for a company here in the Philippines, it's vital that you follow your HR schedule. Because of that fact, they might deduct, there's a deduction in your salary if you're still working. And you also have to identify who amongst your employees should be doing this type of a program. Not all employees, sorry for this, not all employees should be working from home because it depends on your position. Just to clarify that matter or that part. Next, please. And you have to stay motivated. Being in a quarantine per se, it's already a chaos for most of us, especially if you're a people person. But right now we have no choice, but we have to stay at home and really have to stay motivated, focused on what you're doing. I would suggest read materials that can really enhance your brain cells to keep on moving, and learn a lot of new skills that you can use eventually in your work or your position as need be, because a lot of things are really going on, and if you will be outdated, sayang naman. There are a lot of freebies right now that are being offered online. I would suggest go on to it and learn new skills and develop something that it can be very useful for your career. Next, please. Always be ready. Whenever you're working from home, we should always be prepared. Like, for example, if there's an immediate call for you to do a conference call or a video conference call, you should be at least decent, properly and decently wearing something. You cannot just jump in and say, "Hey, good morning. I'm sorry, I just woke up." You're still in your PJs or your nightgowns. That is a big no-no for us. We respect others' eyes. Also, they might not want to see you in that situation as well. So please respect them as well. So you have to be very prepared whenever you're facing and starting your work. Next, please. And avoid distractions. It's very important that your kids know you set your own boundaries. Your family knows when you're on your that whenever you are in your workspace or workstation, it's about you working. You cannot be distracted. Set your time, set your pace. They should know what your break. They know when to disturb you, or they can contact you or talk to you. But nevertheless, let them know to respect your working hours, especially if your working hours is from 8 or 9 hours per day, the regular 8 to 5 schedule. If that is happening right now and you're still following through it, let them understand that you are working and not playing around. Next, please. And be responsive and stay connected. It doesn't mean that you're working from home. Whoever texts you or send you a message, you just ignore it and don't respond or reply. It is a must that we respond immediately according to the message. If you doesn't have any response right now or an answer to that particular question, just respond to the message itself, saying acknowledge receipt of your message. Let me get back to you. As at least that person knows that you're onto it. You're doing something about it. And again, don't be slacking. Okay. Next, please. So take your break on time. It's very important that you eat on time. Like what I said, respecting your time, because it gives value to what. Even if you're working from the office, you have your break schedule. So you also have to follow through that as if you are still in the office. So next, please. For corporate companies or whatever, if you are looking for a possibility of learning how to manage your team virtually, please check in Business Maker Academy, as I am a resource speaker to them regarding the working from home program that they are offering. So you can check their website for the schedule that they're offering. And for all of those who are planning to become a work from home professional, if you're no longer connected with any of the companies you're working with, I also offer free webinar. So there will be a schedule this month of May, coming May, God willing. That would be May 15th, 22nd, and 29th. That's 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So I would like to invite you all to visit our website to check on it.
Ayun. Ayan.
Sorry if it is a bit long. I want to
No,
make
no,
sure
no, no,
that
no.
it's just brief and clear, I hope.
Yes, it is clear naman, Miss Tiny, because it is important that you mentioned all of those factors kanina po. para magkaroon tayo ng clear distinction dun sa ating mga brain, and of course, not just sa ating mga brain but also dun sa mga kasama natin sa bahay, na this is my working time and we should respect it. So maganda po na
Exactly.
at saka maganda rin po na nabanggit ninyo yung mga tips na yon, para rin po hindi tayo ma-burnout, kumbaga, 'di ba? Kasi kung wala
Yes.
tayong mga working schedules or yung time na sinusunod natin, baka ma-burnout tayo, hindi natin ma-distinguish na pagod ka na, trabaho ka pa rin ng trabaho all day. So it's important
That
na
is
na,
so
na
true.
yes. So naalala ko po doon sa sinabi niyo, it's important to take breaks, no? And others would suggest pa nga
Exactly.
po, to establish a commute, sabi po nila. Kumbaga parang since every day before pre-COVID-19 pandemic, lumalabas ka before you go to work, and etc. Sabi nila, if you can, set at least an hour or 30 minutes to walk around wherever you are, the garden or near your area. Basta hindi ka lalabas, di ba? Just
That's
to
exactly
establish
true.
na, oo, to establish na meron ka pa rin ginagawa before going to work, before heading to your work.
Exactly. In my case, since I've
Mm-mm.
been working from home since 2014, parang norms na sa amin to, ano, when I visited your program last October, it was really my advocacy to promote this kind of working from home. It's really something new for us. Again, the new normal. Sa amin normal na to, pero for others it
Oo.
will be new normal eventually. So it's really the right time for those who are in the companies to really prepare for this, kasi hindi natin alam if, like what the new tagline now is, the new normal. Once it's back to normal, what is the new normal? So you have to really prepare for your employees to be productive still, to be efficient still, even they're working from home, and identify who they are. Kasi like what I said earlier, Angela, not everybody can really do the work from home depending on your
That's
position.
right.
For example, security guard ka, syempre, hindi ka naman po pwede mag-guard ng office na
That's
nakatutok ka
right.
sa... So it really varies. What
Computer.
kind
Mm-mm.
of...
Mm-mm.
Yes, exactly. So you really
Oo.
have to identify para na rin yan in the sense of continuity ng business nyo. Yung, syempre, ayaw mo naman magtanggal ng empleyado, no, as much as you can. So in this way, I believe, kasi effective naman siya talaga eh. Hindi naman siya masasabing kaya ba? Nagagawa nga namin eh. Lalo na if you have an
Mm.
IT department, ask for their help. They could really be of big help this moment in time, because they can certainly create something for you, your employees can do, in order for you to really run working from home, to keep your business running.
Oo. Miss Tiny, yung webinar, yung business webinar that you mentioned earlier that is scheduled on May 15, is that also okay for, can the businesses also, I mean, yung mga companies, can they attend that webinar as well to know how to set up their business and from regular to working from home?
Unfortunately not, because I have to segregate
Mm.
the market for it. The free webinar would be for, like, for example, you used to work in a company tas na lay off ka.
Okay,
I'm giving you
okay.
this opportunity to understand, hindi agad-agad magkakatrabaho ka, but at least there's an opportunity for you to understand paano ba gawin to. And you get, the one thing I'm trying to avoid here is you get scammed. Ang daming online thing na
Mhm.
nagsasabi, this is like this is like this. You really have to be smart. You really have to be, before you make your decisions, you have to be sure na tama yung decision mo. Now, for the companies, I was invited as a resource speaker by Business Maker Academy, this is their turf naman, no? It's more for companies who would want to really manage their virtual team, especially in this kind of situation. And moving forward, let's say the new normal is really here na, you have to really prepare for your employees, like what I was just mentioning a while ago.
Mm.
Again, ang mangyayari dyan kasi, you might close shop. There's another way for you to really survive your business. You just have to figure out how, and we're here to help you. Please contact Business Maker Academy. You can visit their website and ask for all information. I'm not really privy to whatever it is that you're like pricing. I'm just invited as a
Mm-mm.
speaker for that, and I'm very much would like to help them understand na kaya ng empleyado ninyo magtrabaho from home you just have to identify who they should be, and para at least dun ka nakafocus. If these are the essential employees that can really run your business and can make your business go as this situation is experiencing right now, then I think you have to pinpoint them.
Ayun. On that note, maraming salamat po sa inyo, Miss Tiny Garner Florentino, para po dun sa mga advice and tips that you have given us para po dun sa mga magsiset-up ng work from home. Thank you so much, Miss Tiny Garner Florentino.
It's really my pleasure. It's really my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me and for continuously inviting me here. And again, please visit our website. It's www.philippinehomebased.virtualassistant.com for the free webinar that we're scheduling for the month of May for those who are employees na wala ng trabaho ngayon and you're planning to do working from home. Let me guide you so that you would know how to start and to begin your career the right way, being a VA. Just visit our website. Thank you so much, Angela. It's really a pleasure always being here.
Thank you for joining us po. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Miss
Okay.
Tiny.
Oo. Para yan dun sa mga, marami kasing mga na-displace din ng mga employees sa gitna
Yes.
nitong health crisis natin. So maganda, mainam meron tayong ibang mapagkakaabalahan at mapagkakakitaan at the same time.
Dun sa 2 million na pinag-usapan natin kanina na nawala ng trabaho, o yan.